Sky News understands the coalition will consider tax breaks for regional Australians as part of the tax plan it takes to the next election. Political reporter Cameron Redden has exclusive details. Hi there, Cam. What can you tell us about these tax plans?
Sky News can reveal the coalition is examining broadening tax breaks for people who live in regional Australia as part of the tax plan that it looks to take to the next election. Its idea is this would be a way of reducing the cost of living for people in the most remote parts of the country, but also those living broadly in regional Australia. This is not a policy that's yet been announced, but Sky News understands it is being worked on to be unveiled as part of the election campaign. One avenue that's being explored involves what's known as the zone tax offset. This is a tax break that's available to people who live in the most remote parts of the country where things are more expensive, housing is often more expensive, and the cost of living is in focus in those parts of the country as well. Peter Dutton has been in Mount Isa today in Queensland attending the Mount Isa Rodeo, and he's given a little wink and a nod to part of this plan that is being worked on. He was asked explicitly whether he was open to exploring changes to the tax system as a way of reducing the cost of living for people in regional Australia. This is some of his response a short time ago.
We're happy to have a look at taxation arrangements. There are constitutional restrictions, and I've looked at different ways in which we can provide support. And I think there are arguments for people who live in regional towns where you're paying more for petrol, you're paying more for your electricity, paying more for housing. There's an additional cost that comes with it. I just think they're all common sense discussions that we should have, and it should include a discussion around whether the current taxation arrangements are fit for purpose.
Following those comments, sources within the coalition have confirmed to Sky News that this is an area that's being explored as part of the coalition's tax policy that it will take to the next election, which is yet to be unveiled publicly. In 2018, the Productivity Commission was commissioned by Josh Frydenberg, the then Treasurer, to look at changes particularly around this zone tax offset. Ultimately, a few years went by. The PC suggested there should be a different scheme that saw a flat rate provided for people who lived in the most remote parts of Australia to replace that tax offset scheme. That was right before COVID hit. It was kind of left on a bench, if you like, Lay, and hasn't been revisited since. But this is now an active option for the coalition as it puts its tax plan together for the next election, considering broader tax breaks and tax relief for people living in regional Australia to try and reduce the cost of living in those parts of the country.